Hello everyone, we're back with Celestial Return. And technically I'm supposed to be looking for Luca the dog, but I don't know if we can find him, so let's go to I was going to the metal bench, so let's go. Howard settles onto the cold metal bench. Across from him, a massive mural covers the concrete wall. It depicts two alternated, their mechanical limbs intertwined as they marry beneath a sun that doesn't exist in this city. Howard studies it for a second, then pulls rolls from his pocket. Are they getting married? Looks like it. I don't get it. Why would someone paint that? Huh. That's art doesn't need permission from either of us. Maybe they were bored. Someone saw a blank wall and took it personally. Maybe they're trying to figure out what. Okay, so the benches are where we're gonna help Rose figure out her personality, I'm guessing, which is most likely going to be a major mechanic down the line. I'm not saying it's vandalism. Maybe trying to figure out what love looks like. Huh. Maybe they're trying to figure out what love looks like. So the painting is a question, not an answer. That actually makes sense. What makes someone an artist anyway? Is it the skill? Recognition? No. A decision? 3. A point of view. Practice and audience. So recognition, you can paint your whole life, but if no one calls it art, you're just a person with a brush. No. Or decision, if you see yourself, a point of view. If you see things the same way everyone else does, skills won't save you. Let's do that one. But if you see yourself as an artist, then you are one. So 2 or 3. Wait, oh, I didn't see this. 5 in audience. If no one sees what you made, you're no artist. It's just a hobby. 6 intent. Skill is just a tool, but an artist does it for a reason that isn't a paycheck. Huh. No, it's kind of there, but it's decision or a point of view. Let's do decision. Because, well, you could decide that you're God, but it doesn't make you God. But I guess you can be to someone. You know what? A decision. If you see yourself as an artist, then you are one. That's simple. So anyone who says they're an artist just is one, even if they're terrible. Howard's eye stays on the mirror while the city grinds on around it. A siren starts and stops. A rat flips onto the crack. Below, a magway train groans through the concrete. So, do you like it? Do you even care about art? I like this bench. It's just a paint on the wall. I really do. I like anything that makes this place feel a little more alive. Art is a luxury for people with time, dice, and walls to hang things on. Hard not to think it's a waste of time when there are real problems. I like it when it's honest. Most of it isn't. Just someone showing off. So 1 or 4. You know what? I like anything that makes this place feel a little more alive. Before the thought can settle, a low electronic chime starts somewhere down the street, getting closer. A cleaning drone glides into view and stops in front of the mural, its red sensor sweeping slowly across the painted surface. Wait, they're not going to... The drone deploys its sprayers. Caustic foam hits the concrete. The couple's face melts into a gray slurry, their joined hands running down the wall like black tears. Secret insight, the right wall. Listen to what the city forbids its walls from saying. Okay. The right wall. In a city built on cold steel and calculated silence, a blank wall is obedience in its purest form. To paint it is to declare war. When they try to erase it, all they really admit is that it reached the right wall. So that's it. Gone like it never mattered. I think I hate this city. They'll let the streets rot, but they can't tolerate a painted wall. You're starting to get it. No, keep your head down or you'll be the next thing it tries to clean. No. Rot keeps people tired. Something beautiful might wake them up. Decay's fine. A voice without permission, that's what bothers them. Huh. Rot keeps people tired. Something beautiful might wake them up. A city of sleepwalkers. No wonder the lights are so dim. The drone's red sensor reflects in the wet slurry it just created. It hums a satisfied note, then glides back into the smog. Another machine completing a routine task. Can art actually change any of this? Not a damn thing, but nothing does. But neither does complaining. At least they did something. No, but it can remind people they're allowed to want more. Not the city. People maybe that's usually where it starts. It can. That's why they clean it so fast. It will. Give it enough time and enough people with brushes. It already is. One wall at a time. Even if they clean it, the next one will be there. It already is. That's that one. One wall at a time. Even if they clean it, the next one will be there. Rose says nothing after that. Neither does Howard. He slips her back in his pocket, gets to his feet, and leaves the wet smear on the mirror behind. Beauty gets punished. Huh. Interesting. What was the last thing we actually saw? We saw... She is a blank slate in the world of rigid promises and smiling drones. Keep talking, she's listening. Witness the city's cleanup crew in action. Rose is starting to see the cracks in the concrete. I do need to go to the silo. Let's actually go to the posters. I really don't even want to go to the silo, really. I wish you could just bypass it. I wanted to meet... What's the person again? I wanted to meet... Not Megan. Megan's Ivor's in the silo. I wanted to meet Nikki. A propaganda poster presents its call to action, urging the citizens to automatize themselves for the benefit of others, or else. We are reaching the sky. We are all reaching the sky. Join the construction at Sky Breach. Claim your new alternated. And I can't zoom to see what that says at the very bottom. We owe our livelihoods to the corporation that enrich us. Join the construction of Sky Breach and claim your new alternated. By accepting this contract, you waive your right to hold New Genesis liable for reparations regarding work-related incidents involving your alternated, neurological complications, and mental strain. Propaganda poster number 5. Okay, so we can see it. That works. The corpos keep climbing towards the sky like they were trying to escape the ground, escape the people. What was the hurry? And yes, they claim reparations on the alternatives they hand out too. Okay, next, chaotic arbiter poster. Dispute resolution specialist. Tired of fair fights? Sick of contracts that protect both parties? So are we. We are New Stralen's premier destination for alternative dispute resolution. We don't do peace treaties, we do conclusions. Chaotic operator. Reception. There is a fine print at the bottom, but I can't read it. It's too small. Where? Our service includes dice-based arboration, combat meditation, assets claim resolution, honor restoration packages, premium witness suppression. 50% up front. We take the rest from the other guy. Book the chaotic arbiter for your next dispute, because some problems are too big for a handshake. Okay, I don't want to do all right now, so let's go to the silo. Unfortunately, I do have dice, so that's something. Whispers in the dark. The silo stands like a wound the city forgot to clean, its rusted ribs clawing at a starless sky. The cold creeps through Howard's sleeve. Rose doesn't say a word. Silence from her is never a good sign. Ugh. What is happening? Scan the area for fresh tracks or sign of recent entry. Beast mode. This is perception. Success. We need a 6. -2 sponsors. This is persuasion. Plat. I do have a good bit of. I do have a lucky. I need to use that later. Let's do a platinum. Oh yeah, it gives a +4 regardless. So I just can't get a 0. No 2 zeros, no 2 zeros, no 2 zeros. Oh, thank God. 1 0 and 1 1. That brought us to 6. Getting the hang of the dice. His boots crunch over brittle ground near the rusted entrance. Something catches his eye, a faint handprint smeared against the silo's metal skin. The fingers are too long, too thin, and the print is not made of dirt, it's made of light, burned faintly into the surface. Well, guess I was wrong. That's abstract work, no doubt. Should have packed a bigger gun. Still locked. Enter the silo, no hesitation. The door screams, the air inside is thick, mildew, rot, and something electric like the hush before a storm. Howard's flashlight trembles, carving a frail path. Graffiti bleeds down the walls. The staircase spirals up into nothing. If we run into ghosts, be nice. They're probably just as lost as we are. Panic clouds judgment. Calm minds survive. Ooh, overload. Okay, so shine the light up the sparrow's staircase. Inspect the grains. Listen carefully. Put in the ceiling. That's funny. Yeah, I'm here. Move deeper into the silo. First, listen carefully. I need this. 12. I'm using my lucky die. I'm using. This is perception. That's also per freaking suasion. Let's do a -2 there. I need to get rid of this. And a platinum. I just need a 3. 4. Yeah, let's throw a 3. I need a 3 somewhere. There we go. Howard stills. The silo's breath settles, and beneath the creak of aging metal, he catches a faint clicking sound. Mechanical, irregular, familiar. It echoes from the walls of the ceiling, impossible to pin down. But he's heard it before. In a lab? A crime scene. The memory slips like smoke. It's on the tip of my tongue. Shine the light at the spiral staircase. Howard angles the flashlight upward. The beam slices through cobwebs and dust motes, catching the remains of the staircase. Half of it has collapsed, leaving splintered metals and gaps like missing teeth. Inspect the grain sacks. Howard tears into the mildewed grain sacks. Rotting husks spill out and something clinks in the debris. His fingers close around 2 small objects. Cold, smooth. Definitely not grain. Ooh, what kind of dice? Please be really good dice. What is this? No, I had platinum. Celestial dice. Okay, hype. That's persuasion. Another catastrophe? Oh my god. Celestial. Plus 12 the final result. Alright. A denomination with no mint record and no traceable issuer. It has no serial number and no corporate still. New stratum spanking grid flags it as invalid currency, yet it is accepted everywhere anyway. Okay. Don't know how I feel about them giving us a really good dice off bat. The eyes just shifted slightly. Move deeper into the silo. Whatever's here already knows you're here. We can put on our abstract eyes. He moves past rust-bitten pipes and collapsed crates, walls flanking with graffiti like old skin. Then the ceiling breathes. He freezes. The flashlight trembles in his grip, its beam clawing upward. The concrete isn't concrete anymore. It's a liquid abyss, rippling like oil suspended in midair. Then it steps out. The abstract descends like a photograph developing in reverse, edges bleeding into focus, a body stitch from fractured light. Where the face should be, a Polaroid frame leers, click, and suddenly it cycles through grotesque vignettes. A bloodied hand, a screaming mouth, Howard's own eyes, wide and frozen in a future past screen. Above it, a neon corona erupts, a kaleidoscope mane that crackles and reforms itself endlessly. Is this some kind of sci-fi movie? Not this nonsense again. The air hums, charged like a live wire. Howard's teeth ache. Huh. Wait, let the abstract speak first. The abstract's voice is calm, almost soothing, yet carries an undertone of menace. I am the echo of past decisions and the reflection of lost futures. They call me Shuttergeist? Here. Huh. That's interesting. Howard's grip tightens on his gun. His breath stays steady, but his eyes narrow. The abstract isn't attacking, not yet. Perception. Neural archives. Perception and rational. Identify potential weak points. Study the movements. Try to read its body language. What do you remember? Oh, that's a lot. Oh no, it's just 6. What do you remember about Poltergeist? Let's do a height. Actually, no. Let's do a metaphor. And height. I just need a 5. Crap. Neon static floods his synapses. The name triggers something deep, but the memory refuses to form. Shuttergeist tilts his head slightly. The eye in the Polaroid frame seems to study Howard intently. A wave of heat passes through the air, and the smell of old film and scorched plastic follows. Son of a gun. Enough games. Tell me what you know about the suicides. These deaths are not snapshots of sorrow, detective. They are frequencies, despair static, developed into flesh, and you were drawn for communion. I don't understand this guy at all. Can someone summarize? Rational. Anger. Perception. Virtue. Okay, I'll just shut up. Howard steps closer, the light in his hand flickering against the shifting silhouette before him. Okay, you butchered a PID squad. Did he? I didn't know that. That we don't know anything about that. Communion requires reciprocity, and abstracts don't bargain, they consume. So what needs a human hand? Yeah, let's do that. Shuttergeist's frame clicks, the neon corona hollowing his silhouette in fractured light. His voice hums like a rewinding tape. I didn't bleed your city. I just focused the lens. Guilt is a negative I cannot develop. But I have something for you. I hold a frame you're missing. And knowledge is never free. I'll offer what I know in exchange for a moment that has yet to happen. Will you play your part? Try to sense the true intent behind the words. First off, I did come across MI. So why is this? You know what? Perception. Let's do platinum. You know, I already need to see what this is. Let's do celestial. Automatic success. Howard tunes out the dialogue itself, listening instead to the space between syllables. How Shuttergeist leans on moment, how the word lands heavier than the rest. It's a directive. Perceptive, but incomplete. The Polaroid frames click, freezing on an image of PID service glitching with static. Howard realizes the moment is a task, a clean incision in time, one only he can make. You see it now, a moment unwritten, yet already echoing. Your archives are a roll of film stained with my exposure. Erase the negative, and I will develop the frame you lack, a collaboration. There's a lot going on. You're not telling me everything. What aren't you saying? People are dying. If you truly want to help, why attach conditions? Because you'll agree to anything once you've seen what happens if you don't. Oh. The Polaroid's face flickers violently, static hissing like an old television signal turning into clarity. Then it snaps still, capturing a stark familiar room. Howard's own office. He hangs from the... No. Oh, crap. What is happening? He's hanging from the ceiling, a noose tied around his broken neck. Lifeless eyes stare emptily from a swollen, discolored face, his limbs dangling limply in a suffocating stillness. Is this some sick joke? You've seen the negative, detective. Now watch it develop. Hesitate. You'll find yourself stepping right into the noose. Act swiftly or accept your ending. The air thickens. Each click of the Polaroid feels like a countdown. The image of his corpse lingers, its swollen face a grotesque mockery of defiance. How did you find me? No, what happens if I refuse? Refusal is a shutter left closed, the light fades, the suicides multiply, and you will drown in the dark room of your own irrelevance. Shuttergeist doesn't move. The Polaroid clicks, an image of another corpse, faceless, slumped in a bathtub. More rational, but it's interesting that Virtual has one option for yes and no. One is if you save lives, even one is worth the if this saves lives, even one is worth the risk. That's the job always have been. And the other is, I don't make deals with abstracts, not for fear, not for gain. Some lines don't blur. My answer is no. This reeks of a trap, which it kind of does. Anger, fuck your deal. I'm not your pawn. I'm your executioner. But I'm going with rational. I'm willing to listen, but don't mistake caution for trust. Let's start with specifics. What exactly do you want? A lens unclouded by fear. Very well. Then we are in agreement, detective. Then we are in the agreement, detective. Scour PID's archives. Erase every trace of me. The negatives, the exposure, the whispers in their wires. All right. In return, I will carve a name from the static, the architect of this despair. When it's done, you'll find me here, still waiting, still developing, until the light fades. Wipe the frame clean, from killing abstracts to cutting deals with them. Shuttergeist's corona gutters, its blinding neon bleeding into oil-slick shadows. The silhouettes fracture, splittering into jagged shards of light that spirals up then breaks free, drifting down in a slow, deliberate rain. Each fragment flares once, a dying ember before scattering like crushed glass in a phantom wind. The silo is empty now, save for the faint smell of scorched film and the slow drip of water echoing in the dark. That's one way to make an exit. So we're trusting Casper here or what? Trust got nothing to do with it. I do like Howard's. I like his art. The silo's shadow falls away behind him, traded for neon signs. He ducks under a scaffold, shakes the rain from his hand, and pulls out the co-mic. The contacts line up. That's locked. Toonie missed. Call about Magus Ivory. Howard taps DK's name. She picks up almost before the line can ring. Thornfield, I was wondering when you would crawl back. You need to decide, Howard. Hunt down Magus Ivory or head for the PID archives. Scrub Shuttergeist's name. He's holding something that could crack the case wide open, but you can't be in two places at once. Choose and live with it. Huh. Oh, man. You... Magus is a big part of this, and I feel like that. But maybe following Magus is how we die, but following the Shuttergeist is probably how we die too. I'm not going after him. I need to figure out what's going on with that Polaroid. Didn't figure you were passing on in lead. Guess there's a first time for everything. The line cuts with a wet cough, and somewhere in the city, Magus Ivory's party spins on without you. Another ghost you'll never meet. Abandoned MIA. Does it show that we abandoned? The payment trail ends at a name, Dr. Kevin Harris. Son of a gun. Huh. I need to... I don't know if I want her to do it. Call DK, see if she can delete the files from the PID servers. The co-mic connects, and DK's voice is already laced with suspicion. You only call when you want something. What is it? I need a file wiped from the PID archives. You've been drinking, or did you get hit over in your head? You work there. You know there's security in some public data trove you can just roll in. What if the price was right? This isn't about price, it's about physics. Their core is a locked box inside a fortress. I can't just delete something from the outside. Nobody can. Then can you get me inside? Inside? Inside where? Exactly. The lobby? The cafeteria? I know where the archive is. If you get me inside, I can run the purge command myself. I just need you to get me past their doors and keep the net quiet when I'm plugged in. You're not hearing me. I can't do any of that from the outside. To get you to that room, I need to be in the building too, and I'm not risking my ass for one of your cases. I know a safe way in, trust me. You are insane. You want to break into the most secure building in Netherveil for a file. Why? What's in there that worth a suicide run? I promised someone I'd fix this. Fine. Let's say I'm suicidal too. My help has a price. I want something from the archive. I'm listening. While you're in their archives, you find a file for me, my father. You bring me everything you can on him. His final neural logs, his comms, everything they have on him. You have, I'll try, but I can't promise. Then we have a deal. My place, 1 hour. And Howard, if you're lying to me, the only thing getting deleted will be your code mic signal from my account. The line goes dead, the deal is struck. Build on a half-truth and a personal vendetta. Wipe the frame clean. Time to carry a crime you'll definitely regret. Trying to plan a crime. Yeah, we are. Graffiti, DK's place. Where are we? Let's go to the ad. Drink like you survived something. A cold, bitter lager. Brewed for exiles, burnouts, and anyone still breathing out of principle. The Hall's Brewing Co., Netherveil Sector 2, established 2647, contains alcohol. Wow. Let's go. Old wounds, new entry point. Howard arrives soaked. The city rain dripping from his coat. DK's door recognized his biosignature. She doesn't look up from her keyboard as Howard ducks inside. You're dripping on my floor. Start talking. How do we get in? First, I want to save. Howard shakes the water from his jacket, his eyes scanning the chaotic room. He doesn't have a full plan. He has fragments of one. The old research annex. The burned-out shell next to PID is still connected. Reconstruct the annex layout. Find a way into HQ. I'm not using these. I have no choice. Son of a... Can I re-roll? Howard's memory of the annex layout is fragmented. The fire, the chaos, the specific access points are blurred together. He'll have to rely on instincts. The coolant tunnels. They use to cycle refrigerant between the annex and PID's lower levels. Those tunnels are flooded with chemical runoffs. Unless you want your lungs dissolved by industrial coolant, try again, preferably with your brain on. There's a main utility shaft. It runs straight into their sub-basement. The utility shaft. Okay, I'm listening. But that thing will be a metal intestine filled with sensors. I'm counting on your hardware to get us through. She taps the chrome module graphics to her skin. A faint blue light pulses beneath the surface. This little beauty. Phase wave jammer makes sensors see whatever I want them to see. Short range though, real short, so you'll be breathing down my neck the whole time. Hope you brushed. I wouldn't want to offend the sensors. You lead. Shaft dumps into a disused server room, still on the grid. You plug in there, get us the external network. And That's where you ditch me for the heroics. The archive vault's on foundation level. I know the route, but there's a problem. You flick through his neural archives. Corridor layout flashed behind his eyes. Cameras, doors, watch points. Every step he ever took with a PID badge. The hallway to the vault is 40 meters. No cover, no blind spot. Cameras everywhere. We need a distraction, something to draw their eyes. A distraction, sure. Let's not use your face. It's too recognizable. Overwatch drones, though, those babies can make a whole squad chase shadows. We don't have a drone, and we don't have a pilot. We do, and that's where our third will come in. Is it the girlfriend? On cue, a new window pops up on a secondary screen. It's a live feed. You didn't say anything about a third. You didn't ask. You need a scout? I know a scout. Howard turns towards the screen. Lilith, no. Was that the sister? Was that the sister? It is. I'm happy we didn't call the police on her. Hello, Howard. Lilith. Did it change? I don't think it changes. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. No, absolutely not. She's a kid with a joystick. Her emotional maturity is questionable. She might freeze, panic, or misinterpret a threat. She couldn't even steal a recipe from... We don't know that's what she was doing, so I'm going to ignore that. She's inexperienced. The risk profile is unacceptable. You got a better idea. Know anyone who can fly a military-grade drone in the next 6 hours? Because I sure as hell don't. Hey, maybe she's nice. Maybe she bakes cakes. Fine, but she follows my lead. Her drones sweep the path, and when I'm in the vault, jacked into the narrow bridge, they stay with me. She's my lookout. Understood, sir. Sorry. Is that weird? All right, one last hurdle. The vault door. What are we dealing with? Try to recall. Oh, I should have kept the freaking celestial. I need this. There's nothing I can do right now. Oh, I did it. Yay. I need to remember these active stuff. I don't have any active. Palm scanner, high sensitivity. It reads... Hold on. Do I... No. This is passive for spectral sight. I guess not. Alright. Out of luck. Palm scanner, high sensitivity. It reads vascular patterns, not just prints. Vascular pattern biometric reader. DK smirks, already holding a small gel-filled pad attached to a micro spool of wire. Biometric spoofer, stick it on. It'll feed the scanner the credentials of a PID night shift manager who's about to have a very forgetful night. Now, the part everyone forgets. Oh my god, how the fuck do we get out? Go through the recorded exit route. This is a fail regardless. I don't care. Two zeros. The memory is just out of reach. He knows where an exit, but the specifics are lost in the haze of operations and protocol. Although, oh, this sucks. A one-way service panel on the foundation floor. Let's do that one. Service panel. Those are for tools and drones, not a full-grown man. You get your shoulder stuck and die of dehydration before anyone even found you. The exit has to be human-sized. The vault has a one-way panic door. I feel like that's right. There we go. Finally using that boost for something other than replaying old regrets. Leo, you catch that. You'll be waiting in that tunnel. Got it. She's cute. Another XP through preparations now for those drones. Any passwords or phrases, I need to get them. What, you think this is a spy novel? Just tell him you're here for the drones. You don't need to whisper the swan flies at midnight or some shit. It's a business transaction, not a secret handshake. Where do I get them? A data packet hits Howard's neural interface with the force of a migraine. Coordinates for a place called RR Industries. Ask for Soyap. Tell him you're there for a Stormbirds. He'll know. That's technically cold words, my girl. Stormbirds. I hate that, and you know it. Why can't you just send it to my co-mic? Because you'll lose it, or delete it, or drop the antique in a puddle. Neural cleanser. Deal with the headache. Try not to get shot, scammed, or accidentally recruited. How much is these gonna cost me? 2 dice. Oh, crap. Don't bother. He doesn't, and Soyap doesn't haggle. Don't bother trying. Any chance you got 2 dice you weren't planning on to use? Fine, here, thank you. 2 for the drones and a 3rd for the inevitable moment you do something stupid and need a miracle. 3 dice. Spend responsibly. Oh my god, you're a godsend. Keeping the platinum. DK's die. DK's personal contribution to the sweet economy. She modified its balance and refused to call it cheating. In her eyes, the rest of the world is already rigged against you. Fairness is just a lack of preparation. You don't need luck when you have the brains. +1 in intellect rolls. Okay, thank you, DK. I think we're all set then. Then get moving. Good luck, sir. Howard leaves where he can think too hard about the word luck. All right.